everyone, thanks for watching today's video and coming back to my channel. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around for makeup related videos every Sunday and Thursday. So today I have one of my favorite videos to film. It's a haul from Ulta. What you're watching right now for this Ulta haul is just gonna be kind of my complexion products, all the way from like primer to blush, bronzer, highlight, and then the video that will be up after this one will be kind of my eyes and my lips because I'll be testing out the new ColourPop Wild Nothing collection. Just a warning, at the end of this video, I'm not gonna have anything on my eyes and it might be a little awkward, but I'm just gonna roll with it. And also please excuse my hair. It's kind of gross. Didn't even want to film today just because my hair looked bad, but I was like, that's stupid. Not everyone has good hair days every single day of their life. So it's just there and we're just gonna not touch it. But let's just get started with the makeup. The stuff that I did before this video started is I color corrected my under eyes with the Becca corrector, and then I put the Tatcha, the Silk Canvas primer, just right here on my pores. So besides all of that, we're just gonna put another primer on top, I guess. So I picked up the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow Face Primer Dewy Foundation Grip, and it's supposed to have up to 12-hour wear. And so the claims is that it preps, smooths, and hydrates your skin. I also picked up the corresponding setting spray, which we'll get into later, obviously. I have dry skin. I love testing out stuff on this channel that's geared towards hydrated, luminous, dewy skin, and so that's why I literally went to Ulta. Like, I don't even think they were on the floor yet because I called ahead, and when I got there, they had to get them from the back. So here's the actual packaging. It's very pretty. It's a really nice, like, silvery blue color, and it has 1 fluid ounce in here, which is standard for primers. This is the consistency. It's literally a gel, and yeah, it literally feels like what a gel moisturizer would feel like. Okay, there's definitely a tack to it. I can feel it on my fingers, but let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely tacky, but it's not as tacky as the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I thought it would be just based on the, like, actual formula, because the Milk Hydro Grip one also has a little bit of a slip to it. For that primer, I can't like rub it like this. I have to pat it in because it's so sticky. This one I can do kind of a combination of both. Like, I can go like this and then tap it in because it's not overly sticky, which I actually like that a little bit better than the Milk Hydro Grip one. I find that one is a little bit finicky to use sometimes if you don't, you know, spread it properly, or you don't wait enough time after you put it on. Your foundation can get really bad really fast. So I think I actually prefer the texture of this one. Okay, let's get into something super exciting. I got the Morphe Hint Hint Skin Tint. So I am so excited about this. I'm sure like most of the people in the world are like familiar with TikTok, but I just recently downloaded it, and it was funny because around the time that I downloaded it is when Morphe announced that they were expanding their line into something called Morphe 2. But this was an actually collaboration with the D'Amelio sisters, so Charlie and Dixie, and I think they were kind of like the face of this campaign, or they were just backing it, which is super cool. But I was interested in this anyways. Some of the claims are that it's lightweight, breathable formula, it hydrates, smooths, and blurs your skin. It's supposed to have sheer to medium coverage. You get 1 fluid ounce, which is again standard for a foundation. And I got the shade Hint of Toast, which has medium with golden undertones. It looks like a pretty decent shade match for me. The packaging is cute. It's a heavy plastic frosted bottle, and it has a dropper. It says Morphe 2, and on the back it does say to shake it gently because it is a water-based formula, so make sure you do that in case it like separated or something inside. With something that's like super liquidy and watery like this one, if you put it on a sponge, it's gonna soak up all the products, so I think a brush is a better bet with this. I think it might just be easier to drop some on my hand because it's super liquidy. So it's a very thin kind of formula, but I have some on my face, so let's see how that blends out first. Okay, in terms of shade match, if you use me for shade reference, I have Hint of Toast, and it's like literally the perfect match, which is awesome. I was kind of nervous about that. Okay, so that was literally just 1 drop just on my cheek area, and it is a very beautiful foundation. Wow. I'm gonna take what's on my hand and start on this side. It's very light feeling, like you barely feel it on your skin, but it is not like a sheer coverage. Like, it's not one of those things where you barely feel it on your skin because there's barely anything on your skin. It definitely has very decent coverage. I'd say right now, with just like 1 little drop on both of these sides, it's at a light, but I feel like if I put down another drop on my hand and went into it, it definitely could build up to like a light medium, even maybe medium coverage. Okay, so I'm taking 1 more, I guess drop, you could say, on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use this for my forehead and also maybe add a little bit of coverage right here. I'm not breaking out currently, but I was, because I feel like when you wear makeup under a mask, it's like really causing my skin to get irritated. Okay, my hair is literally getting worse as we go into this video. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's just focus on the foundation because I am thoroughly impressed. Like genuinely, I did not have the highest of hopes in terms of this foundation just because I feel like Morphe is a brand that comes out with mediocre quality products but has the right people to back up their brand so that they get like crazy amount of hype and they get crazy amount of endorsements, and then people just fall for it because, you know, the top influencers are like promoting this product, so you're just like, okay, maybe it is that good, you know what I mean? And it totally exceeded anything that I had in mind for what I was gonna get into this. It has totally blown me out of the water. It is a gorgeous finish. I am very, very, very impressed with this. So moving on to concealer, this is the one thing that's not from Ulta, or like it's not available at Ulta, and this is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin 24-Hour High Coverage Concealer, and I bought the shade 3.2. People say it's like a natural matte finish, so it's not as drying on your under eyes as the Tarte concealer, but this has the same amount of coverage, so that just kind of sold me. And this is what the shade looks like. It looks pretty good for me as like a highlighter concealer shade. So it's a doe foot, just like Tarte Shape Tape and like literally every other concealer out there these days, but it does kind of pick up a lot, so I'm gonna, you know, scoop some out here because I don't want to put too much. And let's start with the under eyes. Okay, yeah, this is a really good shade. It's lighter than my actual like skin tone, but it works as like underneath my eyes and like highlighting the center of my face. So let's just stick to that and also go over my eyelids. Remember that I already did like color correct my under eyes, so they're not as problematic as they just are naturally, but I do that all the time with any concealer anyways. And I'm first just gonna go in with the same foundation brush and we're gonna blend out my face concealer first. I'm letting like the concealer underneath my eyes dry down for a second because it gives it more coverage, but just looking up close in my mirror, it definitely looks heavier where I put the concealer down compared to like the rest of my face, but I feel like that's also just partly my fault that I'm trying to pair a super high coverage matte concealer with a super light coverage dewy naturally radiant skin tint. They don't really pair up together. I feel like people that are trying to wear skin tints on an everyday basis are just trying not to have a crazy amount of coverage, so your next step wouldn't be to go in with a full coverage matte concealer. I'm just trying to test out a lot of new products, so I don't think I would wear this combination together because you can clearly see up close like where I have concealer and where I have the skin tint, just because the concealer part of my face looks a lot heavier and it looks like there's a lot more makeup on it. Again, I feel like it's the same thing kind of right here where there's like a difference between right underneath my eyes and like my cheek area because it looks a lot heavier underneath my eyes compared to the coverage that's on my cheek from the skin tint. And so I'm gonna kind of just go over everything with this sponge. It's damp and hopefully it'll kind of mesh it a little bit more together because right now I feel like it's a little off balance. In terms of my overall thoughts on the new Makeup Forever Velvet Matte Skin Concealer, yeah, Matte Velvet Skin Concealer, I like it. I like the coverage. I think it's very full. My under eyes look very flawless. It's not settling into the crazy amount of creases I have underneath there, but I think it was just not meant to be paired with this Morphe 2 skin tint. They have very different purposes, finishes on your skin. The amount of coverage is just totally the opposite from each other. All right, so foundation has once again been wiped off of my lips, and quickly I'm just gonna set like right underneath my eyes with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder. I only powdered literally right underneath my eyes, like not even on the top or anywhere else, because I still want the skin tint to give me that little natural radiant finish. I don't want to take that away. Let's just move on to bronzer next. I actually have two products here. This first one is the Ofra Pressed Powder Duo in the shade Hot Cocoa. So I'm pretty sure this was part of their Holiday 2019 collection. And it's basically a split pan of the full-size like Ofra Compact. And on one side you get a shimmery bronzer in the shade Hot Cocoa, and then this is the highlighter in Rodeo Drive. I already own this highlighter in like a mini size and I love it. It's like probably one of my favorite highlighters ever. And so that was like already a plus for me. Plus this bronzer is gorgeous and it has like a pretty sparkle running through it. And then on top of all of that, this cost $35 for the compact, and it was on sale for $8.50. $8.50. I got a full-size Ofra compact, which is so insane to me. And then this is the Hoola Caramel Bronzer from Benefit Cosmetics. And this is available at Ulta, but I actually got this at Macy's because they were having their 10 days of glam, and then all of the Benefit box powders were on sale for $15 instead of $30. So that's where I grabbed it from, but I still wanted to like show it in this video because you can get it at Ulta. And so this is the shade of the bronzer. The original Hoola is too light for me and also too cool tone. They made this one for medium to tan skin tone, so it's a little bit deeper and it's also a lot warmer. But let's start with the Benefit Hoola one, and I guess I'll just go straight into here. Let's see. We all know I'm notorious for putting way too much on, so we'll see how this goes. Especially like an Indian skin tone, I have very yellow, warm undertones to my skin, even sort of olive, and I think this is the perfect complementary shade for that. Let's move into the Ofra Duo. I'm gonna be trying the bronzer side, and I'm pretty sure there's like visible shimmers in here. This is the Hoola one, and this is the Ofra one. It's a way different undertone. It's a lot cooler and a little bit deeper, and it has a sheen running through it, which you guys can see right now. Oh, that's a lot. I'm gonna tap some off. The Hoola bronzer was a lot like smoother, but this one has a lot of powder kickback, so let's see how this goes. Okay, it's way deeper than Hoola Caramel, and it's a lot more neutral, which I don't really know how I feel about that, if I'm being honest. That glow right there is like the gold sparkle that's running through the bronzer. I would definitely choose the Hoola Caramel over the Ofra one, which for you guys watching is actually better anyways because this is like a permanent item versus this was limited edition, so this doesn't really help you either way. So I feel like if I had to pick between the two bronzers that I picked up, I would definitely choose the Benefit Hoola Caramel. So for blush and highlighter, I actually picked up this NARS Overlust Cheek palette. So the packaging is very gorgeous. This was also, I think, their 2019 holiday collection. First of all, this packaging, like, can we just take a moment? This is so gorgeous. But in my opinion, like, it has to be this pretty and it has to be this weighted and feel this luxurious because this was $60. That's expensive. Just look at how gorgeous this is. It's such a muted color story, which I actually love because on a daily basis, contrary to what you guys see on my videos about having an exorbitant amount of blush on my cheeks, I actually prefer more like natural looking makeup, softer, muted on like a day-to-day basis. And so this is just ideal for that. So you get 3 powder blushes and then you get 3 highlighters, but this is like a new formula for NARS. It's their cream to powder gel formula, I think that's what they call it. So I'm pretty sure you're supposed to apply these with your finger, not like a brush. These are the 3 blush shades. As you can see, they're very soft, very muted, but I'm hoping it'll still show up on my skin tone. There are the 3 blush shades right there. You have like kind of a softer baby pink, and then a very muted like apricot shade, and then this kind of like natural bronzed nude rose kind of shade. And those are, all 3 of them are like so up my alley. I'm gonna start off with the deepest blush shade and then maybe add another one on top for like more of a pop of color. This is how much you get on your brush. Let's see. Definitely put way too much on, like always, literally like always. I cannot have one video where I can estimate the amount of blush I need to put on. It always goes more than it needs to. Okay, so now let's move on to the highlighters because I'm really excited about these. I have heard from like other YouTubers that you're supposed to use these with your fingers. And so I'm gonna swatch them first so we can see what we're working with, but they feel really nice. Oh my gosh, oh my God, look at that. God, this light is so annoying. Okay, let's do some swatches. Oh, you are kidding me. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, that is stunning. I used this blush shade first, so I'm gonna go in with this highlighter shade, and I'm gonna start with the brush. If it doesn't work, we'll go in with our fingers. I don't know if it really did much, if I'm being honest. Okay, it's super subtle. Like right here, that's the highlighter, but it's like not as strobing as it looks like in these swatches. So let's go on top of it with my finger and see. It definitely picks up, so I know that it can build up. Yeah, oh my God. Do you see that? That's crazy. I mean, okay, NARS. Okay, I kind of want to try the champagne, but I mean, I feel like we already have a decent amount of highlighter on. I'm gonna take like the smallest amount on my finger and just tap it like right at the high points. Oh yeah, that's like a lot brighter. You can tell. Dang though, that is gorgeous. The last thing we have to do in this part of the video is spray my face with a little bit of Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow. So it's the same like title, long lasting makeup setting spray. I love the original Urban Decay All Nighter, but this obviously just is so up my alley. I love dewy, glowy skin, so I couldn't pass it up. It is gorgeous. Huge fan of this. I know I'm gonna get so much use out of this and probably go through this faster than the original one because I just love how it makes my skin look. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today in terms of my Ulta haul. I know we just did complexion products, but if you're interested to see what ends up happening on my eyes, then make sure to check out my next video that's gonna come after this one, and it'll be on the new ColourPop collection. But I hope you enjoyed how my base products turned out today. I'm really loving how healthy and natural and radiant my skin looks, so definitely a good shopping haul day for me. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you'll consider subscribing and sticking around, and we can chat all about makeup on this channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.